Hello, this is Griff, and I'm in the windy redwoods. So hopefully a branch doesn't fall out of the tree and hit me, because that's called a widowmaker, and they cause widows. So if it does happen, it will happen on live video. Won't that be uncomfortable for everybody, especially me? But anyways, today I want to talk about what you do when you find a baby bird in the woods or in your yard or whatever, okay? Because it's really important information for this time of year. All right, so I love you compassionate people. Love you compassionate people. And when you see a baby bird on the ground, you're like, I need to take it home and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, parental instincts come out and you rescue the baby bird. But I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I love you compassionate people. But you know what's even better than a compassionate person? An informed compassionate person. I call an informed empathetic person. So empathetic is like the ability to feel what something else feels. So an informed and empathetic person who takes compassionate action is what I call a solutionary. And solutionary was coined by Zoe Weil, who is the founder of Institute for Humane Education. You should check her videos out. So when you find a little baby, oh, did I forget my picture? No. When you find a baby bird, it usually falls into one of two groups. And the first one is a nestling, and the second one is a fledgling. So these are like life stages. So a nestling would be like baby, and a fledgling would be like teenager, okay? So if you look really carefully, nestlings are bald, and they're wobbly, and they can't stand up. And fledglings almost look like adults. They just have a few, like random hairs. It's like they're having a bad hair day or something, and they have like kind of a stubbyish tail. But they've jumped out of the nest, and they're learning how to be birds, and their parents still know where they're at. So we're going to talk about those types of birds. So if you find a nestling, and that's a helpless little bird, little pink bird. If you find a nestling and it looks like it's been injured, or if your cat brings it to you, because cats have so much bacteria that if they scratch a baby bird, usually a baby bird dies. So at that point, you call a wildlife care center, and I'm going to tell you how to find a wildlife care center near you in just a minute. But if you find a nestling, the first thing you want to do is understand that it probably blew out of its nest or got pushed out of its nest, and you need to put the nestling back, okay? So people are like, but if I touch it, the mom won't bring it back. That is a myth. That is one of the most unhelpful myths for wildlife in the whole world. Birds have a terrible sense of smell. Most birds do. Like turkey vultures have a good sense of smell, but you could like eat a garlic pizza and lick the baby bird. You could like hand the bird to grandpa, let a fart on it, and the parents still won't know that you touched their baby. Don't do anything like that, because that would be weird if you did stuff like that. But just put the baby bird back in the nest. Mom's still gonna feed it, guaranteed, okay? And then don't stand there and be like, well, the mom's not coming back. You need to give her some space. So like go hide somewhere, go hide behind a building or a tree, wherever you're at, but kind of far away, and then just eye hustle, and look and see if you see the mom come back. You can even, you don't have to make that face if you don't want to, but if it helps you see better, then go ahead and make that face. But the mom will probably come back. Mom and dad will probably come back, unless your cat killed it. Make sure you keep your cats. I keep my cats indoors all the time. I'm building a catio for them. Cats kill billions of birds. Besides habitat loss, cats are the number one loss. And no, it's not natural. They're from they're from Africa, and they're brought over here, and it's not natural, trust me, okay? I love cats. My best friends are cats. I have 2 cats at home. I play with them all the time because I feel bad keeping them inside so much, but they don't care. They're super happy, and indoor cats live longer. But if you can't keep your cat indoors, at least keep it indoors during nesting season, because when the cat kills the mama bird, the 3 to 5 babies in the nest slowly starve to death, and nobody wants that, okay? So nestlings can go back in the nest. Now, if the nest fell out, you can put it back. You can get one of these, like just a tub, see all the holes in the bottom? That's so if it rains, it doesn't fill up with water. Put the nest back in there. Or you could then nail it to a tree or tape it to a tree. If you tape it, make sure you don't leave any sticky ends out, because the birds will get stuck to that. But you can nail it up in a tree near where the nest fell out, or the same tree if you know where it's at, and just put the nest back in there, and mom will do it. Trust me, I've done it before. I've taken a nest out of a combine, which is like an agricultural machine for harvesting grains. And I took a nest that was in there because we were about to use the combine. So I took the nest and I duct taped it to the side of the barn, and the parents raised the babies. So it works, okay? Fledglings, now they're the ones with the bad hair day. And they jump out of the nest even before they learn how to fly a lot of the time. And so they kind of can fly for a few days, maybe even a week. and the 3 to 4 babies all jump out of the nest and go different areas, but the parents are watching and feeding. If you don't see the parents, it's because they're having to chase all these babies around and feed them. Okay, so don't freak out about seeing fledglings. Just keep your pets away from it. Okay, just keep your dog and cat away from it. It'll be gone if it's in your yard. If you find it in the park, it's fine. Doesn't need your help. And if you think that the baby needs help, like, don't feed it unless you have tons of experience. Because I had a friend one time send me a picture of a fledgling that she got, and she's like, I'm taking care of this bird, and I was like, it doesn't need your care. It's a fledgling. Put it back outside. And she's like, well, I've given it milk. You gave a bird milk? Oh no. And she was trying to be helpful, but like, birds don't drink milk. They're birds. Mammals drink milk. I mean, look at the beak. Can you imagine trying to breastfeed? Like, can you imagine trying to breastfeed an eagle or something like that? That doesn't work. And it killed the bird. So cow milk kills a lot of animals, believe it or not. And so you think, well, I'll just go out and chop up worms and feed it to babies. I did that one time and I killed the bird years ago. I thought every bird ate worms, but worms are toxic to seed-eating birds. So the best thing you could do is you could you could get on Animal Help Now. And I'm going to turn this around so you don't see it in mirror form. What's up, Jasmine? I see you. So this animalhelpnow.org, ahnow.org. This is a wonderful organization, and you can get on their app, or you can just go to animalhelpnow.org. You know, it will come up, and you can put in your zip code, and they'll find a wildlife rescuer near you. It's such a wonderful, wonderful service. And they're nonprofits, so they take donations. So if you love them as much as I do, give them some donations. They also have a resource page that can tell you what to do if you find a baby bird. And it's super helpful. I absolutely love Animal Help Now. They're wonderful. And if you take it to a wildlife care center, just so you know, wildlife care centers are supported by donations. They're not government funded. They're not there's no government money for them. Okay, so they're relying on donations. So if you can donate money or your time or ask them if they need some stuff, that'd be really appreciated. I worked at a wildlife center for years, starting when I was 12. It was one of the best experiences of my life. So if you have a teenager or kid that loves wildlife, you might want to have them volunteer. So once again, animalhelp.org, and birds really don't need your help. If you're compassionate enough where you want to help a baby bird every time you've seen it, then maybe you should become a wildlife care volunteer. All right, y'all, share this, talk to your friends. Let's leave birds where they're at. Keep cat indoors as much as you can, please. And let's make the world a better place for people and wildlife.